Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Matt, Dlux, DluxFab.com. Today, we're building a DX44 Capra Width rear axle. So, as you can see, I've already got all the parts laid out. We've got our DX44 center section. That's with the new injection molded housing versus the printed. I've already assembled that. We all know how that goes. You don't need to watch me do it again and again and again. You guys have already watched me do it a bunch of times. First thing we're going to do, after we build the center section, put these tubes in. Remember, you want these truss holes pointed up. So we're going to start all these screws, but we're not going to tighten any of them down snug. Just go in a hair more. There we go. We're going to start them, but we're not going to run them down. Typically I would use Loctite on these, but I'm going to come back and disassemble these one more time before we're done. And I'll show you that in a minute. We got all four of those started. Let's do the other side. A little bit of a snug fit to get this in there. There we go. Sometimes a little tap gets you in there. Just starting them. Need to go in a hair more. If you can see that or not. Got a screw stuck right there in the end. Let me find my needle nose. We'll get that out of there. Sometimes that happens. And we got that in there the right depth. So we're just starting all four of these. We're not gunning them down all hoss tight just yet. Right, now next step, we're going to use our truss to check this side-to-side alignment of these two tubes. Now you can do it a couple ways. You can just put it in here, or you can look at it like so, make sure that those are lined up good, which look pretty good. But I'm going to go ahead and start a screw on either end, just to make sure we have her lined up good and tight, good and right. Now these truss screws are M2.5. They're not M3. They are smaller. Because we made the tube smaller, we did the math. With an M2.5, we got more thread engagement than we would have with an M3. So that one's feeling a little different. It's not feeling quite as nice as the other. So we're gonna wiggle that around a bit. Try again. Could just be there we go. So we weren't perfectly aligned. We weren't perfectly aligned from end to end. We're gonna put a couple more screws in there just to make sure. Make sure those start in real nice. Not sure if that one's fighting because of the Loctite or the shark bite that's on there. Let's just grab another screw. The guy at the shop put this Loctite on there, and it's in there. Okay, cool. That one went in. It's just that thing fighting a little bit. You'll have that. Okay. Now once these are finger tight, we'll go through and we'll gun these, or we'll snag these the rest of the way down. I'm gonna put a little red Loctite on these, because I don't intend to ever touch that again. Y'all haven't seen this before. I just put a little drip of Loctite in one of these bags, on one of the bags, and then I'll just dip the end of the screw in it. You can use blue Loctite here, you can use red Loctite here, whichever your flavor is. Anything I hope to never touch again, I use red on. Because short of breaking this housing, I shouldn't need to pull these screws out ever again. Yeah, get over here. Sorry, I'm creeping out of frame, guys. Let's check these 6. Then we gotta pull the truss and tighten those other 2. Pop that out of the way. Let me tighten those 2. Alright, sorry guys. For some reason, this camera stopped recording. Yeah, sorry about the wire I had up here hanging in the way. I didn't notice that until late, but here we are. So I pulled it apart. I tightened these 2 screws. I put red Loctite back on them. Came back through, put all 8 of these screws in for the truss. Got that good and snug. I came in and added in this, slipped this ring on that supports this so it can't spin on the housing. Hog ring, whatever you want to call it. Got that all tightened on good. And now we're back up to speed. Next move is going to be your link mounts. Just goes on just like it seems, right here. Wham bam. Typical M3 business. On final assembly, I would go and Loctite these 2. But for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to do that right now. Get those on there, snug them down. Alright, cool. There's more or less your whole housing. Next up, it's going to be, let's go with axle shafts next. Feels right. These are titanium shafts. See, one end's a rectangle for your locker. One end is a square for your portal gear. And these are titanium shafts. So, boom, there you go. There's one. Come on. There's two. Those are good tight fit. Next up, portal box time. We're going to try to do this perpendicular to the housing. Come on. Tight fit. But that's not quite where we want it. So we're not quite perpendicular. So if you look closely down this is going to be angled a smidgen up, and then that's going to angle the drive shaft up a little bit and keep your portal box straight. We're on there, we're started. Shove that home. We're going to match the other side up. Now guys, you want these to fit tight. These got to be good and snug. So sometimes you may have to tap them on there. It's a little bit of how you doing. So hold on a second. I'm going to get these pressed on good and tight. We got them back on. I ended up had to pull the axle shafts out. Basically what I did is I got them started on where they need to be, and I took it and I whacked it on the table like that and slid it on. Now these things got to be tight, guys. These things can't be loose and flopping around. They can't slide on easy, because then it won't be tight. It'll waller out super quickly. Can't have that now. That screw looks too long. Did I mix them up? Nope. Next, take these 4 screws here. We'll put this on here. Screws the other side. See, I think that needs to go on a hair more. See if I can just wiggle it. Might just need a little tappy tap. I think that did it. Sometimes it don't take much. Sometimes you got to be a little meaner with it, but these things got to fit down there tight. Like I said, otherwise they'll waller out in no time at all. So it's better to a little extra effort now than a bad result later because it isn't tight enough. Final assembly, you should Loctite those too. Let's slide our shafts back in. Just like home. Slide it back into its home. Next up, portal stuff. So here's one of our stub shafts with our lower portal gear assembled. Here's how that goes together. Stub shaft. Slide it through the gear. Get it most of the way there. I run my pin through. Slide it down just like that. That's how she goes. Take your housing. Slide that in like that. Your upper locker gear with the square hole in it. I should put a little grease on that. Go ahead and do both sides while my fingers are all greasy. Slide that home. Get in there. There you go. Good scoop. Alright guys, I went ahead and greased and assembled the other side. My bearing back in here. Pink. Got that. That's how all that goes together. Sorry, my phone is running out of it. Keeps stopping recording on its own, like whenever it wants to. So I think it was running out of memory. So I just deleted some stuff and we're starting over. We're getting back to it. Slide our cover back on now. Like that. Get our screws in it right quick. Be a good time to talk about covers. We have several different kinds of these covers. If you want to put on loaded dice or whatever, or if you want them as light as possible or as heavy as possible, we have all the options for that you can need. Hopefully this continues to operate now. Stops fighting with me. I'll run these screws in. Come back and finish them up with my hand. Got them snugged up. Check them by hand. Make sure they're good and tight. German torqued. And now we're down to the hexes. So on the stub shaft of the hex, you got your little spacer goes on, like so. And then you're find the threaded side. Hex like so. So most all of this is second nature to you guys, but we're just gonna cover all the bases here. Or watch me struggle. Either one. Come on. I gotta pay attention. I was putting that on backwards. See them little star looking things on there? That goes on the outside. That's why it's fighting me. Because I'm doing it wrong. See? That went on so much better. That's what happens when you do it right. It works. Same deal. Spacer. Make sure that's on the correct outside. Don't do it like that like I just did. Drop in your set screw. Run her down. Bob's your auntie. Wheel nuts. And there you go. Here's your DX44 Capra Width rear. Pretty sweet axle. So, be building another truck here to match these up in the near future. There's the rear. There's the front. Both together. If you got any questions, concerns, leave them down below. Looking pretty nice. Nice and swanky. There's the front with the heavy covers. All right, y'all. There you go. Have a good one. See ya.